Hello and welcome back to this video where we're now going to be looking at building a material that uses a custom texture map. So the first thing I want to do is create a new folder. So I'm just going to right click in here, I'm going to choose new folder, and I'm just going to give this name, let's see, textures, and press OK or enter and open up the textures folder. And then in here I'm going to right click, I'm going to choose import, and I'm going to pull in these two textures I have here. So I have a wood diffuse and wood normal. So jumping back to the materials, I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose new material. I'm going to call this M underscore wood floor underscore matte for material. Let's open this up and let's look at the different ways that we can import our texture. So I guess the simplest or the most easiest way is we can simply left click one of these textures and drag it in. And another way we can bring in a texture is if we right click and open up the context menu and type in texture sampler. There we go. And you can see that what this has done, it's actually brought in this wood material, and that is because this wood material was selected. Okay, so we can change that if we'd like. We can scroll down into the properties and under texture, click the drop down, and we can see we have here wood normal. I'm gonna press that, and now we have the normal map imported. So if we connect these up, so if we were to connect the diffuse to the base color, and just to give you a rundown on these pins here, we have the top one is the diffuse, which is the RGB value. We can output just the red channel, the green channel, or the blue channel, or we can also output an alpha. So for instance, if we plug in the blue, we're only going to get the information that is retained within the blue channel. Same with green, same with red. And if we plug in the alpha, there is no alpha, so it's just going to remain white. So let's plug this into the base color, and we're going to plug the oops, I put in the wrong thing here. Texture, there we go, texture sample, and let's bring this. Okay, let's type in wood underscore normal. There we go. So now we have the texture sample, and we're going to plug this into the normal. So you can see we have normal information here. So we want to set up the rest of the material. So if we look here, it doesn't really look very wood-like. So we're going to press the 1 key and bring in a constant 1 vector. And actually, let's just keep this minimized. I'm going to put around 0.3 in here. And I'm going to put this into the metallic. I'm going to create a constant 1 vector again. I'm going to put this into the roughness. And in this case, we're going to choose 0.25. So now you see we have much more of a wood-like texture. So if we apply this, or save this, should I say, and let's just close this for a moment and jump back to my materials. Select this, and we can either click and drag this in here and give this a moment to process. Or we could, if we'd like to, for instance, say we took this one, we could just click and drag it onto the object itself. So it's just a different way of applying a material. So now you see we have this very basic wood material. So there's one last thing we may want to do here, and this is to control these panels themselves. So if we go back into the material, and I'm going to introduce you to a new node here. So the node we're going to be looking at here is called a UV coordinate. So if we press and hold the U key, we're going to bring in this texture coordinate, and obviously again we can type in text and bring in the texture coordinate from within the context menu. So that's another way we can bring in the texture coordinate over there. So we're going to drag and put this into the UV input of both the texture sample and to both texture samples there, so the normal and the diffuse. And so if we click save, you'll see that everything will remain the same. However, if we alter these values, we can say 4x4 and choose save, and this will update over here. So now you see we have much smaller wood planks. There we go. So now you see we have our very own, very basic and very simple wood texture. So we could, if we want, click play, and now we can see we have our wood inside or on this mesh. So that's the very simple way and very easy way to bring in a diffuse and normal map. Apply this to a material and apply this to a surface. Thank you for watching, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.